Welcome to our first video in a series of training videos we have created specifically for new users to assist them in getting started with your charting software. As will become evident as we go through the program was developed with end users in mind. In other words, we try to make it as simple and as easy as we possibly could. Further upgrades, hopefully, that will make it even easier to use, will constantly be sent to you automatically. The very first item that we wish to discuss or show you is how to bring a share to the foreground so that you can actually do some analysis on that particular company or indeed indicator. Right now you will see in the background your charting software is already opened. And in order to bring up a share, you can do this in two ways. Either a longer way, or you can do this a short way. Initially, or right now, we will show you the long way, and thereafter we will also show you the short way. The long way is to click on the File menu, like this, click Open Share, and immediately the moment you do this, you see another window opens called Share Explorer. A very unique part of your charting software is that we have not only just the names of all shares, but we got all shares sorted already by the market segment they fall into. In South Africa, all shares are sorted according to various criteria. Criteria most often used are the market capitalization of shares, and the higher the market capitalization, the higher the ranking the share attains, and it can then actually find itself in the top 40 indicated down here. To give you some idea of the sectors that we have here, firstly we got a top 40, that is followed by the mid-cap shares, in other words shares that are not as large as the shares that in the top 40. That is followed by small cap shares, then fledglings. We also have all the warrants, all ETFs. Now ETF stands for Exchange Traded Funds, all the indices, all unit trust, BOAF, that stands for any share from is quoted on a stock exchange in Africa that is also quoted on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, called a dual listing. At the moment there are not many shares. In fact, at the time of creating this video is only one share in there. And then we have another, what is called favorites, and we will refer to that section or folder later on. As you come into the program, you will see name, ticker, long name and sector. And one column, like in this particular instance, is colored in red. That means that this particular column is now active. But to turn a column active, all you need to do is click on name on the top of the column in this case, and by moving this right up to the top, you will see that all shares have now been sorted according to their alphabetical names, or actually in alphabetical format. All shares on the stock exchange also have what is called a short code or a ticker code. These tickers are normally or generally used by stockbrokers and the JSE, and are a much shorter way of describing a share. Again, you can sort all share names by ticker by clicking on the ticker column, and you can see now they've all been sorted in ticker format. Long names are the names, the official names, as agreed upon between the JSE and the company representing these shares. And again, these can also be sorted in alphabetical, either ascending. At the moment we've sorted them descending, so by clicking twice you can either do it ascending or descending. And then finally you can also select all shares by sector. You can see now I've got all these sectors, which is the Alt-X, which is the alternative exchange. And if I click on it again, it's descending and it will show you all the warrants. Incidentally, the one section I did not refer to was the Alt-X, which is the alternative exchange. And in this particular segment of the market are all shares which are the smaller companies that recently have been listed. All series contains every share included in every one of these particular sectors of the market. In other words, shares whether they are warrants, indices, unit trust, futures, or normal shares, or indeed indices from overseas markets, are all included under all series. Then you've got another section here that's called sundries, and everything that is not a particular or a share as such is moved into the sundries column. Like we right here have got currencies, we've got commodities like the gold price and things like that. We got economic indicators, and there are lots of different items in this sector here. Let me now go back to the all series, and let's say we want to find a share called Pick n Pay. All we need to do once we have the all series in front of us is start typing the name Pick P I, and you can already see as you start typing that follows what the letters you type, and it already finds Pick n Pay. Now the moment that the name turns blue, all you need to do is press the enter key, and there you've got Pick n Pay immediately on your screen. I'm now going to clear the Pick n Pay share off your screen, and by clicking here the close all button, and I'm now going to show you the short way of selecting a share. Let's say that you are in this particular screen with no graphs on it. Then we now want to look at Pick n Pay, and all you need to do is again start typing. The moment you type the first letter, the Share Explorer window opens up. You type the second letter, it's already got Pick n Pay shown, and all you do now is press enter. The other thing that you need to do, or can do in fact, is whilst you've got Pick n Pay open, you can indeed call up any other share immediately. Let's say we want to look at a completely different share called, let's say, Absa Bank. Again, you keep the Pick n Pay share on your screen and you start typing letter A for Absa, B, S, and there is already Absa found, and Absa is loaded. So now you have in fact on your screen two different shares. One is called Pick n Pay and one is called Absa. That in a nutshell is a quick way of finding a share.